What's going on, you guys? This your boy SIG. Let's jump right into it and let's keep it a buck about the whole situation of Dave Chappelle on the CBS show finally speaking his opinion on Key and Peele. Not only did he say he was a fan, but he said he enjoyed watching the show. The problem, he said, was he didn't like the fact that they took his bit, his format, the way that he introduced those topics, the way he tackled the topics about race and about politics and the things that was going on in this day and age. The way that he did it was pretty much what they took, and how he presented the show, him going on stage and then going doing the skit and then going on stage. Now, he wasn't the first person to do that, but the way he did it and the type of skits that he did and the type of topics that he did, Key and Peele kind of tackled this well and kind of did on their show. The whole show was pretty much a kind of like Dave Chappelle's show, but they was a little different. They drove in the car sometimes they'd do different things, like they skits was different. They always was dressing as different characters as well as Dave Chappelle, but it was up to date. And that's what pretty much Peele Jordan, who created Get Out, that's what he said in a past interview years ago. They said that the interviewer, he was like, now you coming right after Dave Chappelle show, right? So he mentioned that they were in the shadow of the Dave Chappelle show, and he said he knew about the comparisons were coming, and he said pretty much they do updated sketches, and he paid respect to Dave Chappelle as well and said he loved the show, and of course that was the the litmus of everything. So pretty much Dave Chappelle, he didn't like the fact that they ain't really give him no credit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the show, it say created by Key and Peele, when really that whole show was created by Dave Chappelle. And we as the audience, we already know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need Key and Peele to tell us that. When the Key and Peele been trying their best to keep up with the Dave Chappelle show, but the Dave Chappelle show is just a classic. It's one of them classics. Even though they got way more views, that's because they're in this day and age. Through the Dave Chappelle show and the conventions that he fought for in his on his show, pretty much this show was already well prepared to be able to work. And not only that, the social medias tend to, for skits, and they love sketches and original content and people in comedy, and once you make people laugh, you automatically got the audience attention. Dave Chappelle, he was making 50 million, now he making 60 million. So him taking that break, he also talked about why he took that break. Of course, the toxic environment came up, and him, he was losing weight when he was working for the Dave Chappelle show, and he just couldn't do it anymore. Like I talked about in my past video dealing with the fame, that shit really does get to people. It really does affect people and have an effect on the celebrity. I just watched a Cardi B Cardi B interview on DJ Vlad, where she talked about fame and never understanding how when people were younger, she thought that rich people, how can they kill themselves? Well, why would they commit suicide? They got all the money in the world. But she now realizing as well, like now she's in their shoes of having all this money, and the fame actually have an effect over your life and what people think, and how they can pretty much, you have a lot to be accountable for as a famous person or whatever, and you're not in their shoes. So I like the fact that he also explained that part of the situation of the fame level, and he always giving us some knowledge, and he more humble, you know what I mean? And he a brilliant brother. I like the Key and Peele show. Much respect to them, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to Dave Chappelle. He always doing this thing. I enjoy watching both shows. It isn't no beef or nothing like that going on. That's good to know. He just wanted to share his opinion. We already kind of knew that, but it's good to know that he understands that as well. And he just wanted the credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're going to settle this, but for right now, everybody is pretty much falling back, enjoying a comedy special that he just put out on Netflix. Dave Chappelle, definitely enjoyed it. You could check that out on Netflix or the internet. I just watched it for free on the internet. It is what it is. But God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you want. Peace. And check out last videos. The last video, I talked about fame, and I was trying to expose things that famous people deal with on the negative level. I'm out. Now for the comment of the day, I want to know, how would you feel if you was Dave Chappelle, you know what I mean, or in his shoes? How would you feel if you had worked all hard on presenting these conventions in the show and actually going through a lot of BS, arguing for him to be in there, then they do extremely well, you fall back from a show, and next thing you know, somebody take over your show, do it exactly how you did it, and next thing you know, now they getting all these awards and doing way better than you? How do you feel, or do you think Dave Chappelle should get credit?